And then you get to add your own spice, your own flair, your own style. And that's what we want you to do. When you have team members, by the way, who have people in what I call juice, it's horrible. Tell me it's not horrible. OMG, really? You have these messages out there and it's like, Bueller, hello, did you get my message? I'm pretty sure I told you we were going to be talking again. And then you feel like a stalker, and then you see them somewhere, and you're like, okay, not looking at you, and you make sure you don't bring up Juice Plus, because you don't want them to think you're bringing up Juice Plus, you don't want to bring up Juice Plus, but yet you sent them a video 3 days ago. Okay, tell me that doesn't drive you crazy. It happens to everybody, and this is going to help you through it, okay? All right. So each one of these steps you can look at as a mini platform, and some of them are going to be stickier than others for you. The first is just saying, I have no idea. It's so easy. I have no idea. You know why you say that? Because it's disarming, because it makes the other person really comfortable, and it makes you really comfortable, because guess what? You don't. You don't have any idea. I don't have any idea, Susie Cruzy. I have no idea if what I'm going to say is going to resonate with you, so how could I assume I do? But if I say it out loud, it makes me feel better. It makes you feel better. So saying, I have no idea. And you can follow that with whatever you want. I have no idea if you're going to be as excited about this as I am. Susie, I have no idea what you're going to think about this, but, right? Just, I have no idea. The second one is explaining why you're thinking of them, why you're sharing with them. It's the old WIIFT. What's in it for them, or what's in it for me? You want them to know what's in it for them. And you also want them to know that you care about them and why you thought of them. So you could say something like, I thought of you because, or you could say, you know what, this is why I'm not going to keep this from you. This is why you came to mind. I thought of you because, this is why I thought of you. So add your own style, but it's a way to let them know why you thought of them, right? Connecting with them, and what's in it for them. Here would be an example. So Susie, I have no idea, XYZ, but I'm going to tell you why I thought of you. I know that you're a nurse. I know you're a mom. I know you're a grandma. I know you have the cutest grandbabies in the world. She wanted me to say that. So, but I know that about you. And so I'm not really sure if what I'm going to share with you is going to resonate with you like it did with me. But I have this feeling at night, and I don't want to keep it from you. So asking them, I have no idea, and sharing with them why you thought of them, you can also say why you're not going to keep it from them. Do you see how that makes them feel like you've got something special? And as you're saying these things to them, you're talking to yourself. You're talking to yourself. I'm talking to myself when I say this. Your new people are going to love this because it calms the nerves. It makes them feel so much better as they're talking to the person, they're talking to themselves. I have no idea. This is why I thought of this person. This is why I'm not going to keep it from them. Does that make sense? The third one is sharing your story. You could ask them, or you could just say it. You could say, would it be okay with you if I shared my own experience with this solution? Sure. Who's going to say no? Nobody. If someone says no to that, they're a jerk and they don't get Juice Plus. For them, as Linda even said. No, but if someone says you can't share your story with them, ooh, well, it's probably going to be 1 out of a million people. But if you ask, would you be okay with me sharing my story with this, my own experience with this? Sure. And then you share your brief story that has already been crafted and wrapped up with a bow on top and given back to you by your experienced upline, by the way. So you're going to share your story, and then you're going to ask 4 words. Would you be open? And it's going to feel awkward the first time you do it, because who talks like that, right? True. But you know what? As you practice this, you're going to start saying it in all areas of your life. I swear to you. You're going to say, would you be open to... You're just going to say that. Here's the secret with open. No one wants to admit they're not open. No one. If you say interested, ooh, that doesn't feel good to some people. They feel like you're making an assumption. They kind of feel like you're coming at them. But if you say, would you be open, or are you open? Just use the word open and add your own words, right? But something along the lines of, hey, so I have no idea, XYZ, but this is why I thought of you and I don't want to keep this from you. And would you be okay with me sharing my own experience? Insert your story. And then, so would you be open to learning a little bit more about this? Would you be open to learning, a little bit more? Would you be open to exploring this a little bit further? Would you be open? Would you be open? And I'm telling you, almost everyone's going to say yes to that. Then the next step, if I would you, and I don't get any credit for that. That comes from the amazing, legendary Eric Worre, who wrote GoPro, by the way. I would you, oh gosh, you can use this for everything. If I sent you a sample of shakes, would you try them? If I sent you a recipe, would you try it? If I invited you to an event, would you come? If I sent you a link to a video, would you watch it? If I sent you a link to some videos, would you take a look? If I would you, it creates what I call an upfront contract. There's no going back after that. There's nothing pushy about that, and I know that's what everyone's afraid of. You know why? Because I'm asking you, if I X, would you Y? And they say, sure. They agreed to it. So we now have a mutual agreement that they're going to watch that video, or they're going to do whatever we asked, okay? So if I sent you a link to a couple of short videos, would you take a look? And I'm going to tell you what I always add. This is one of my little secrets. I always say, and I learned it from Cheryl Cortese, our amazing mentor on my team. Well, I'm on her team. I say what she says, and people love it. People love it. So I say, if I sent you a link to some short videos, would you take a look? Yeah, I would. Great. Okay, people love these videos. I get great feedback. I am planting a seed that they're going to have a good experience. Now, here's where the dum comes. I'm telling you that if someone's having trouble and they're not getting orders, or they're in that weird chase game, if they've got their story, right, you feel like they're excited about Juice Plus and they have enough belief that they would talk to people, right, even if brand new, and they have their memory jogger and they've got their events, right, all this is happening, going well, but they're not getting orders, it is this. This is the problem. There's something in the sequence that is a breakdown point. And following this is like a diagnostic. You get to figure out where the breakdown is, because you know the sharing process as the sponsor, and the new person is following the sharing process. So you can say, hey, by the way, where is Mary in the sharing process? And Susie, now you're my team member. Wouldn't that be nice? So then Susie says, well, I sent a video on Tuesday. Great, when are you following up? Yeah, I heard us do that part. See? Then it's good. Then you know how to help them, because you realize the problem is they didn't set up the follow-up. So after I'm sharing the story and then saying, if I was you, the next step is setting a trap for yourself, right? It's setting up that follow-up. And I get it. We could talk an hour about how weird that feels. Let's just be real for a second. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to set up a follow-up. This is my friend. That's too formal. That's weird. Is there anybody who ever feels like that, or is it just me? I know it can feel that way. It just takes a shift in your mindset to realize that when you get your hair cut and they ask if you're ready if you will set up the next appointment, you don't get offended, do you? Because you have the right to say no. But it's very professional that they do that. When the dentist office does that, it's professional. It saves you time. We are going to be a professional, and we're going to set up the follow-up. So you set up a mutual agreement on when you're going to follow up together. And here's the little thing that's going to add a little secret sauce to that. Ready? When you're setting up the follow-up, you could say something like, hey, and by the way, when I check back with you Thursday at 2, I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try my best to get one of my friends who I work with to be on with me. Isn't that good? Because then you don't have to go, hey, would you be open to a three-way call? They're going to go, what? Right? Hey, I'm going to try my best. I don't know if you can. She's so amazing, or he's so awesome. He has the best story. I get to listen and learn. You get to ask questions. It's going to be win-win, and people love it. Awesome. I don't know if I can, but I'll try my best to get somebody on when we check back on Thursday at 2 o'clock. Great. And then the next thing is you got to actually follow up. You follow up exactly when you said you would. Now, I get it. People in this society are non-committal. People can be flaky, and it is what it is. But you don't be flaky. You're going to be that thermostat like we learned at the last conference, not a thermometer. And you're going to follow up exactly Thursday at 2. And if they don't answer, right, you're going to say something like, hey, it doesn't matter how you're reaching out, messenger, phone call, whatever. Hey, Susie, I'm following up like I promised, Thursday at 2. Something must have come up, no big deal, right? Then you don't just go, bye. That's what I used to do. What you want to say is then you're going to have a next step. You want to have a clear future that they know is going to happen next. So I'm going to check back with you tomorrow if I haven't heard from you, and figure out the best time for you. I hope you're having a great day. And by the way, don't feel bad about it. Life happens. It's not a big deal at all. If by chance you didn't answer because you haven't watched the videos or something, or you're worried about like hurting my feelings, please trust me. This isn't about me. It's about you. So no worries. Okay? Make them feel really good instead of making them feel bad. So then when we do follow up, and I get that chase game can happen where you feel like you're chasing. If you're following up over and over and you're like, oh, please, I literally can't take it anymore. I mean, this is like Chinese wire torture. Like, Susie, would you just respond to me? I see you saw my Facebook message. It's see that it's read. I see you read my text messages, right? I see you on Facebook, but yet you're not answering me. I get it, you guys. You're gonna like want to pull your hair out sometimes. Just laugh about it and know that it's okay, because guess what? Susie, your prospect, is not excited about Choose Plus like you are, or this business. You know why? Because they don't know what you know. Give them some grace. They aren't immersed in this like we are. They haven't been brainwashed like we have. They don't get it. So it's okay. It's okay. If you tried to sell me some kitchen utensils, I'll tell you what, I'll probably avoid you for the next 3 months. I just don't think I'm interested in that right now. But I might be polite, right? So maybe that's what's happening. So give them some grace. But here's something I do that I not all of you will be willing to do this, but when it gets a little awkward and you're going on and on, like you're messaging, let's say 5 times, I do what Julie Herbst calls the breakup message, and I put my own spin on it. And I may or may not say something like this. Okay, Susie, at this point, one of 3 things has happened. You either changed your mind and you don't know how to tell me, or you've been trampled by an elephant, or abducted by aliens. I'm not really sure which is it. I really say that to people, and they always come back and go, ha, 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 so sorry, I've been super busy. Right? I just lighten the mood so it's easy for it to follow up, and I always get them back that way. Or you can do a breakup message and say, sometimes I've done this. Susie, here's the truth.
One,
I'm feeling like a stalker.
2, you've been trampled
And
by
stalking
an
is
elephant. Or
illegal.
3, you're abducted by aliens.
And people being stalked don't like their stalker very much. So I'm wondering if we should just sort of table this conversation. When you're ready, you know where to find me. I'll circle back in about 3 months. That works too. All right, so when you actually do get Susie on the line, you're just asking those 3 simple questions.
Maybe this isn't right for you.
What did you like
I'm not
best?
going anywhere.
Tell me what you learned. I'm so excited to hear. And are you ready to get started? Whether it's about the product or the business, they're waiting to be invited. So I'm going to share with you that and I hope that was helpful to you, by the way. So my story that I'm going to share now leads into the next person who's going to share with us. So a few years ago, when we talk about fear, when we talk about assumptions, when we talk about highlight reel, and we talk about the sharing process, it all is going to come together with this super quick story. So a few years ago, I went to the most powerful women in network marketing conference in Las Vegas, Eric Worre again. Kind of a common theme here. And I saw someone on stage, and the short version is she said something that really, really, really like rocked me to the core. And she said, if someone had not shared this business, she said, someone was my rep for my product, whatever the company was, it doesn't matter, for years, and never shared the business opportunity with me. And they thought I was too cool, they thought I was too educated, they thought I was too rich. She goes, but what they didn't know was behind the scenes, I needed this business. Who in your life is me
iPhone?
for you?
I don't have an iPhone.
I grabbed my phone, and I tried to do voice messages and talk mostly, but I texted. And I texted who you're going to hear from next.
An iPhone
I sent a text to
charger?
Holly Wenning.
Yeah, I have.
And to me,
You have
Holly
one?
Wenning, now remember, I had done all this personal growth and I had had all these breakthroughs and everything was getting so much better. We all still have what I call head trash. I looked at Holly and I thought, oh yeah, she's a dream team member of mine, but I may be a, 39 Club national marketing director, blah, 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 but she's way better than me. She's gorgeous, she's educated, she's well-spoken, everybody loves her. She's like the biggest chicken on my chicken list, right? I didn't know her very well, we were sort of friends. I had hinted about Juice Plus, she didn't take the bait. But I sent her a text and I said, here's the deal, Holly. I have no idea how this is gonna land for you, but this is why I'm not gonna keep this from you. Would you be open to looking at partnering with me on an amazing mission and a business? And I know you're already successful and it may end up being a no, but if it is, it's a win-win, because then you'll feel complimented and realize how highly I think of you, and I will have gotten over my fear. What do you say? And she texted back immediately and said, Jill, I would be honored.
Wow.
What you don't know is, and then she gave me her behind the scenes. And now she's my team member. So come on over, Holly. So this is Holly Wenning. Hi guys, I'm a little taller
he's got
than
chills.
Jill.